Welcome to episode 49 of Ask Eric Live, where I'm going to be answering all your questions on sales, marketing, and personal branding. Today, I have with me my badminton coach, Sherman Koh, and he's going to be asking me quite a number of questions relating to personal branding and approaching people to talk about financial planning and insurance. So if you constantly have that fear, the apprehension, that resistance, the reluctance, the unwillingness to approach people, whether it's your family, your friends, or even strangers, about what you do, whether you're in real estate, network marketing, or insurance, doesn't matter. But you have that reluctance, that unwillingness, that fear to tell people what you do so that you can help them. Today's episode is for you because I'm going to teach you how to overcome that resistance and that fear so that you're going to speak with a lot more conviction and confidence. My name is Eric, and today I'm going to be answering your questions on sales, marketing, and branding. Now, if you guys can see and hear me, I'd like you all to help me hit the heart button, as you can see today. Ta-da! Can I also ask you a private question? And I promised you there's a reason why I asked you that question. Could you please tell me what is your hobby? All right, what is something that you enjoy doing very much? Or what is something that you're really, really good at? The person that is coming online today, he is really good at badminton. So good at badminton, I pay him good money to teach me how to play good badminton. And he happens to be a financial advisor as well. And I'm about to share with him how he can leverage on his badminton talent, how he can leverage on photography skills to be able to position himself better as a financial advisor. So I'll invite every one of you right now to let me know what is your hobby, what is your talent, and let's brainstorm some ideas today on how you can actually leverage on all those strengths, okay? We're gonna now get to Sherman. Sherman, you want to say hi to everyone?
Hello,
Sherman?
everybody.
Oh my God, I got your
Hello.
surname wrong. I call you Sherman Koh. It should be Sherman Lau.
Glad actually the first name
Sorry.
correct can already.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Sherman, tell us your first question.
Sales strategy can actually be modeled, but branding cannot be modeled. After asking clients why they actually choose to buy from me, what is the next step towards like building my own brand? Because I'm actually struggling towards building my own identity.
Understand.
Right now, I feel like I'm just another agent. Yeah, which I feel that I need to actually improve on.
Okay, got it. Let's check if you're alone, okay? Question, how many of you are in the same predicament with Sherman, right? You are either in insurance, property, or network marketing, or even fitness, and you feel that you're facing a lot of competition. There are so many people out there, and you do not know how to stand out from the crowd. How many of you feel that way? If you feel that way, could you help me hit the heart button? Really spam the heart button so that we can see your picture, so I know that you're having the same problem. So Sherman, I just want to say that I'm very, very sure you're not alone. We're gonna take a look at the people that come online today and see if it's true. Okay, there you go. All right, so people are starting to spam the heart button already.
Wow.
Right? So you're not alone in this. And I thought it's a very good question because when it comes to business, it's extremely important that you are first different, then better. All right. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that you don't have to be good at what you do, but if you are good at what you do, but no one knows who you are, then you will still not have a chance to serve.
True.
So it's extremely important that you find your differentiation, your uniqueness. But for the rest of you, I want you guys to do this piece of homework. I want you to talk to your best customers that you really love doing business with, customers that you have a very strong relationship with. And I want you to ask them this question: why did they buy from you rather than someone else? Why did they choose to buy from you rather than someone else? So Sherman, you've done that homework already, right?
Yes.
And tell us the results. What input do you get?
Okay, so actually most of my clients, the commonalities were actually I'm committed and sincere, not pushy, and I focus a lot on after sales, and I take the effort to actually find out about their needs versus their wants.
Okay. So it's a lot to do with your servicing skills.
Correct.
And your financial planning process.
Correct.
Now, do you also ask them like, what do they like about you compared to other financial advisors or insurance agents?
One of the most common thing I heard from them was they actually feel that I actually don't look so aggressive. I'm more of the passive person towards approaching them.
Okay, now please don't immediately feel that if you are too salesy, then you're not going to do very well, because Sherman's customers are his customers, your customers are your customers. Your customers have different preferences. What I'm trying to help Sherman do is to find more of the type of customers that he wants. And you very obviously hear that his customers prefer good service, his customers prefer that it's a little bit more passive, that he's not salesy at all, right? That he takes a little bit of an offstandish approach. Okay, so I hear you. Now, another important question to ask your customers is, at what point, like when they first approach you, right? Why did they choose to buy insurance at that moment with you?
Because they feel that most of the time when they were being approached by other agents, they felt that they were more of a product approach. Yeah. So they were actually selling the product more than finding out what the person truly needs.
Okay, got it. So you see, Sherman, here's the good thing and the bad thing, okay? The good thing about you is that your customers love you the minute they get a chance to interact with you on financial planning. But if I never get a chance to sit down to talk to you about financial planning, I will never get to know your brilliance.
Yes.
You see that's a problem right now? And so that means your differentiation is in the way you approach your customers. But that's not going to help you in your marketing, not as much. Because people do not know what makes you unique or what makes you stand out. So here's my first thing that I like you to start doing. I call this the Me 5 strategy, okay? Me 5 strategy. So in other words, it's about 5 things that is different about you, that is unique about you, that makes you stand out. You probably need to go back again. Maybe I need you to go back and ask them, right? To also tell you what they like about you at a personal level, not a professional level. The rest of you, go and talk to your customers and ask them what they like about you, not just professionally, but personally. Okay. Now, Sherman, I'm going to do the job, because since I'm also considered like a customer, right? So I'll see from an external point of view. Now, I feel that one thing that I really like about you is your devotion to learning, and it attracts me a lot, because whoever I work with, I want to know that the person have a growth mindset, that a person is continuously improving himself, attending programs, reading books, meeting people that inspire him. So that's me. The second thing that I also like about you is that you're really good at badminton.
Wow.
And you're really, really good at it. And I like the way you teach me. So Sherman, now you need to ask that same question to the rest of your customers and squeeze out the personal aspects of you. So you see, like for me, my answer to you is I like that you're into badminton. I like that you're into learning, correct? Now you're going to ask the rest of your customers, even your close friends, your girlfriend, ask your family members, ask your mentor, ask your managers, what do they like about you as a person?
Okay, Eric, so I have another question regarding this. So besides asking them what do they like about me, do I also ask them what do they not like about me, so I can improve on the bad stuff also?
Well, because we are talking about branding here, so we're not very interested in making helping you to correct the bad stuff. Branding is all about finding your uniqueness, finding your differences. So therefore, I want to focus more on your strengths. I want to focus more on your personality. I want personality traits. I want to focus more on your values. So obviously, when your customer says that they like that you are non-salesy, that you're very service-oriented, so I'll put there service-oriented is one of the things that make you very, very different. Like, I mean, guys, when I play badminton with him, right, he actually bought me mooncakes. I mean, I've never had anyone who badminton coach or any coach that will like buy me stuff, because usually I don't get that. But Sherman has that little special touch, that he will do that. So Sherman, I would actually quantify that. I will identify, I'll collect all the input, and I'll find 5 things that keep coming up. And then from then on, I want you to create 5 folders. 1 folder for badminton, 1 folder for learning, 1 folder for good service, 1 folder for not being salesy, and create a lot more folders depending on what the words that your customers use on you. You understand? Because you want to hear from their perspective what makes you stand out, or what do they like about you. personally and professionally, right? Guys, the same thing for all of you as well. Go reach out to people and let people tell you what they like about you. Okay, and then look for the common 5 things and start creating folders. So you see, this is what you do, right? Get feedback all the time. Like every time you created a sales appointment, don't be in a hurry to close the person. Be in a hurry to find out why they choose you rather than somebody else. Because branding, it's a process. It's not an event, right? So the minute you understand why they choose you, you double down on the things that they like about you, and that becomes organic. So for example, Michelle says, Eric, I like you because of your human touch. You're very relatable. By the way, this is not the first time I hear people say that you're very relatable. And if I were to talk to Michelle, I'll say, what have I done that make you think that I'm relatable? So like, for example, Sherman, what do you think is one thing that I've done do you think I'm relatable? Like you can relate to me? You don't feel like I'm too way off from you? What did I do that make you feel that I'm relatable?
I would say our interests, our common interests, like the food that we share, the food that we eat together.
The char kway teow.
Yeah.
You see that? We have meals together. We play badminton together, right? Now that's branding in action. Because I know what you like about me is I'm relatable. And I ask a follow-up question, which is, what have I done that make you believe I'm relatable? Now you tell me I eat with you, I can eat at a coffee shop with you, and I play badminton with you. So guess what? I'm going to do more of those things because that will accentuate and amplify my relatedness. So branding is not about hiring a consultant to tell you, your best consultants. Someone quote me and write it down in the comment section or tag me, okay? Your best branding coach are your best customers. Your best branding coach is not Eric Fong. Your best branding coach is not a marketing agency as well. Your best branding coach are your best customers, because your best customers will tell you what they like about you. They will tell you what have you done that make them fall in love with you, and then you double down on that. So another person like Eric Song says, Eric, I like you because you are very authentic. Now, authentic is a very big word, right? And everybody's definition of authentic could be different. So therefore, I would have to ask Eric, like Eric Song, like, what have I done that make you believe I'm authentic? So Sherman, again, I will have to use you because you're on the show with me, right? Do you think that I'm authentic?
Yes.
Weird question to ask, right? You have to be thick-skinned because you need to know your strength. Now, so then I have to ask a follow-up question, which is, not why, but what have I done? Because by knowing what I've done or said, then I can know what to repeat, what? Because if you tell me I'm authentic, I don't know how to continue being authentic because I don't know what I've done to make you think I'm authentic. So you always ask for the actions or the words. Sherman, what have I done to make you feel that I'm authentic?
I would say because most of the story that you actually tell are all your own story related to yourself. Like I remember the first time that I actually saw you sharing about yourself was when you actually started from nowhere. When you first did your first talk, most of them who attended were your friends.
Oh,
your
yes.
close friends.
The one at the bookstore, right?
Yes,
now, you see, so there you go. So now Sherman given me an idea. Every time I share my struggles, people think that I'm authentic. People conclude that I'm authentic. So guess what? I'm going to do more of that. And if I scroll through all the comments, there's like 180 plus comments, right? I will get my team, could you please do your work? Thank you. I'll get my team to collect all the words and categorize them in themes. When I get 5 key messages about myself that people like about me, and that if I become more of me, isn't it effortless? Rather than you go try to be me or you be your mentor. Now remember these guys, all right, you can model sales strategies, but you can't model after a person's brand. Let me repeat that. You can model after sales strategies. You can model after their habit, but you cannot model a person's brand. There can only be one Jia Le. There can only be one Norman Pang. There can be only one Eric Fong. You cannot be us because there's only one original person. You can be yourself more. So that's why your best feedback that you can get are your family, your girlfriend, boyfriend, your best customers, and ask them, what do they like about you? What makes you so different or stand out from everybody else? And then when they give you the adjective, Ask them, what have you done or said that led to that conclusion? Now you have an actionable. And so what you do is the minute you conclude that 5 words, all right, then you create 5 folders. So for me, it will be a folder called authenticity, another folder which is relatability, another folder that's Q&A. So whenever I do something that is relatable, I'll take a picture and I'll do a video and I'll save it in that folder. I don't have to post it right away, but I'll save it. And then I'll post it on my story or my post, whichever I want. But I'm consistently communicating only that 5 messages. And if you keep communicating the same 5 messages, it reinforces what people think about you, Sherman.
So idea is to consistently ask them for feedback.
Yes, and look for the 5 pattern, the 5 keywords, and then keep communicating those same 5 words. And you know what's the best part? It's a positive cycle. You start to attract more of the kind of customers that like you in the first place. You realize your closing ratio goes up.
So in a way, it's more like it also acts as a positive reinforcement.
100%, 100%. And you know what you guys can do to get referrals actually? So after the client tell you all that they like about you and all that, right? You can actually ask a referral question. You can ask, so Eric, do you know of any friends of yours who would appreciate that quality? So like if you guys tell me, Eric, I like you because you're very relatable, you're very genuine. I say, okay, do you know of any other of your colleagues that will appreciate that the trainer and speaker is also relatable and genuine? And the answer will probably be yes. And then what will I do? Could you please share me with them? Like right now, that's like about another new 40, 50 of you guys are watching, right? You just joined. Hi, my name is Eric. This is Ask Eric Live episode 49. We are answering questions on sales, marketing, and branding. We're on branding right now. How do you stand out from your competition? All right, so go rewind and watch the replay later. But here we be. So ask them what they like about you, and then ask them to describe what you have done, and then ask them, you know of anyone who appreciate that trait as well. Now you got win-win. Thank you, Shi Qing. So Shi Qing is writing it down.
My next question is, my IG feeds are mostly about my daily life and very little about my work. So how can I actually create and curate content that is different from what the rest are actually doing now?
Okay, now, so first of all, when it comes to Instagram stories, the more random, the better.
More random, the better.
Yes, that's the key to winning on Instagram stories. Guys, listen very carefully. When it comes to Instagram stories, the more random, the more spontaneous, the better. So Sherman, instead of thinking about how you want to stand out on your stories, you just need to build a new habit. Can I tell you what a habit is?
Sure.
I need you to start paying more attention to your surroundings. Sherman, I want you to put your hands on your eyes. Yeah, okay. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to your heart, your emotions, how you feel. These are your 2 biggest clues. Your eyes and your heart are the 2 biggest clues to help you create spontaneous content. So we try, okay? Let me work with you. It doesn't matter, is it personal or professional? It depends, because you can apply the same lens at work and in your personal life. But now let's talk about work, okay? So what was something that interesting that has happened to you today at work?
I would say a co-client, someone who hasn't actually become my client, actually texted me to say that he's very thankful that even though he hasn't bought anything from me, but yet I'm still showing the care and concern, just like a agent would do,
Screenshot that, ask for permission, post it, one Instagram story. And not only that, I always tell my students, Instagram celebrates interaction. So not only do you want to screenshot that to say that, hey, I feel very happy that I got this from a prospect who hasn't even bought from me yet, all right? And then you put down, then you ask a question. How many of you appreciate that your agent is caring? Is having a caring agent important to you? Yes, no. And those people that say yes, what do? You message them and say, can I help you? Sherman, you just lost an opportunity for sale. Actually, you're not end of the day yet. You still can post. Okay. See that, Sherman? What did I ask you to do? Something, pay attention. What is out of the ordinary? What is interesting? Go post that. And then always end with interaction. Ask a question, do a poll.
Ask a question.
Now, one more. Remember I told you heart also important? Your heart is also another trigger for story, right? Today, what was one dominant emotion that you have felt? Could be positive, could be negative.
I felt amazed with myself today.
Amazed.
Because for the first time, I managed to wake up at 5 a.m.
Whoa!
Yeah. Because actually, I heard about this 5 a.m. club.
Yes.
when you wake up early, when you start your day early, you have a longer hours to do your own things more than others.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very
so
true.
so actually I've been trying to force myself to wake up at 5, and finally I did it.
How many of you also wake up at 5 a.m.? Come on, put it down in your comment section. Put at 5 a.m. All right, then Sherman, you can message them and go high-five them as well. Sherman, you have just created another Instagram post. And the Instagram post is, I'm amazed by myself. I woke up 5 a.m. Woohoo! Done. It could be a video. Guys, I can't believe it. Look, 5 a.m. Or take a picture of your clock. But always end with interaction. How about you? What time did you wake up today? Done, Sherman. All I'm asking you to do is to pay attention to things around you, share it. Pay attention to your own emotions, share it. And whenever you share, always ask a question or create interaction. It doesn't always have to be about sales. But the cool thing is this, that because Instagram celebrates interaction, the more interaction I have with you, Sherman, the more Instagram will think that I like you, and therefore I will end up seeing more of your content. So that later on when you post about work, I will see it as well. That's how Instagram works.
So
Are you getting it?
always remember to celebrate the small wins.
Not just small wins. I want your struggle. I want the good, bad, and ugly. Do you know what's called authenticity? Authenticity is when you show the good and bad of you. I mean, if I only show you guys the happy side of me, right, I'm going to alienate you because there's no such human being that's always happy. Movies are interesting because there's ups and downs. Sometimes the downs are more inspiring than the ups, because most people are on the down. So whenever you're tired, share it. Whenever you're embarrassed by something, if you're ready to share it, share it. Whenever you're upset, share it. Not to bitch, but to find out who feels the same way. Today, I heard that StarHub crashed and burned, right? I think it was David, my mentee, was saying that somehow his Wi-Fi not working. He's very frustrated. Immediately post, not to complain, but say how many of you feeling that? It creates what? Connection. And then you can ask for advice, like what should I do right now? Or do you realize, or you can teach, right? Do you realize that we're also dependent on our Wi-Fi, that our life kind of gets screwed up and topsy-turvy where you have no Wi-Fi? What is that one thing that you cannot do without? See that? Everything that happens to you, you can create a question, a conversation, because Instagram celebrates interactions. So you see, you don't have to try to be unique. By just you paying attention to your life, you're already posting very unique stories. You'll be more than surprised how much interaction you're creating. Because remember, Instagram is first social, then media. Please quote me. Instagram is first social, then media. So if you guys want to do well in Instagram or Facebook for that matter, you need to first be social. Social is all about being friendly. Social is all about creating interaction. Social is all about creating similarity. That's what you do, being personal. First social, then media. What's media? Media is communication. You must know how to write. You must know how to design. You must know how to take pictures. You must know how to create videos, right? But the media part comes later. Social comes first. Someone asked just now, Eric, how do I build trust? Do you know that one of the biggest influence of trust is familiarity? Someone write that down for me. Familiarity. In Chinese, 我们说一次生两次熟. One time I'm a bit strange with you, but the second time I meet you, I'm closer to you. So what it means is that the more interactions I have with you, the higher the chance that I will trust you, because I'm familiar with you. So Instagram stories or Facebook stories is one of the underrated feature that is the easiest to use because you don't need a strategy and you don't need to create like pretty content, because the more raw and the more unedited your content is, the better. So guys, there's no reason why you cannot post Instagram story. Y'all don't post on your Instagram feed, I understand, but you cannot not post on your Instagram story. It's the easiest. It's the easiest feature to use. So to build trust, how do you do it? Keep creating stories about what you see, about how you feel. Make sure you ask questions. Make sure you allow interaction. Create a poll, do a slider. Let people interact with you. Asian audience can be a little bit passive, but if you train them, condition them to keep interacting with you, later on when you ask work-related questions like how many of you need an insurance agent, how many of you need a nutrition plan, how many of you need me to look at your investment policies, people will say yes to you. Why? Because they're already so used to interacting with you. That's how you build trust. All right, guys, if you're getting a lot of value from today, please help me hit the share button. I want to get this message out to as many people as possible, okay? This is Ask Eric Live, episode 49. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., I answer questions on sales, marketing, and branding, and really just hanging out with all of you, okay? So join us when you can. And join us live. Don't watch the replay. Replay, we cannot interact. Live, you got to ask questions and we got to have some fun together. That's all the time we have. I'm on the dot today. I'll see all of you again tomorrow. Next week on Ask Eric Live episode 50. Oh my God, episode 50. I'm almost a year. All right, on Ask Eric. Ask Eric Live have been around for 1 year already. Okay, every week in, week out, we've been doing this. So I just want to thank all of you for your attention, for taking the time to do this. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how week in, week out, you got so many of you guys actually here watching, learning, eating, interacting. I really appreciate that, right? And I just want to tell you, knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. So please don't waste the things that you have learned. Go put it into practice. And if you're stuck, come back next week, ask the question, and I'll be there to answer. My name is Eric, and this is Eric Feng, Ask Eric Live 49. I'll see you guys next week, same time, same channel. Ask Eric Live 50. See you guys.